Today we need to get into V being shamed recently after a picture came out and he's not wearing a shirt. We also need to get into the military sort of pushing propaganda and at least why people are saying this with V. And then we have RM's Instagram account almost completely deleted and why people think this is the company that is behind it. So hey, don't think it's Dave decide, hate it or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on and make sure you join us fangirling on Patreon and let's go. So people have been really excited recently because people looked at RM and his Instagram account and they noticed that a lot of his photos were gone. Now his username on Instagram is archive, which obviously if you pronounce it and read it out, it reads archive, like when you archive something. I think the point of why he named it that was because it was supposed to be a collection of photos that he was archiving. However, it's interesting because this is now the second time I believe that he has done this, or the third time if you count his second Instagram account where he has just deleted all of his posts. Now artists do this all the time as a sort of way of rebranding and reintroducing new stuff. So they'll delete all their Instagram posts and photos because they want to move forward with a completely different image than what they did before and reach a completely new audience. If you do reach a level of extreme success, you've pretty much reached every single person that would be interested in your music. In order to grow or get bigger, you probably have to change. I'm not saying that this is exactly what this deleting of posts is, but it could potentially be that, and people were thinking that this meant that RM would be coming out with a new album very soon. Now, of course, only time will tell whether a new album will come out or not. However, people were definitely freaking out about this, and a lot of people were kind of sad because I think they enjoyed a lot of the pictures that were posted. RM has done this before. He has also had a second account where he was just randomly posting things, the comment section was on, and it was a sort of particular Instagram account, maybe more like a random dumping page. And he ended up deleting everything on that page as well. That makes people really love to ask the question of why did the BTS members have an obsession with deleting everything? And I agree with that too. I don't think it's such a great idea to just randomly delete your entire feed. From a social media standpoint, it's not a great thing because people make money on social media. And a lot of times the money actually comes from more of the older posts than it comes from the newer posts. So if you were to do that on YouTube or any social media platform that might pay any amount of money, by deleting all of the posts at once, you're literally clearing up any possibility of making money from those old pieces of content. Of course, from an artistic standpoint, that can be fine, but it's weird that a company might allow this when obviously the company would want to make money. The other thing that makes this a little bit interesting is a PR and social media manager perspective as well. It wouldn't be great for an audience that is addicted to the page, especially an audience that is constantly on the page, refreshing, waiting for something new to come up, just to suddenly delete everything and then basically they have nothing to look at anymore and thus they could potentially get bored and just move on, which would not be great for maintaining an audience's attention. So some people also believe that the deleting of posts could be the guidance of a PR person within the label or something like that. However, sometimes the artist just wants to delete something and just wants to start over. And maybe they don't even resonate with any of the stuff on the feed anymore. Maybe going forward, we will see a new style of posting and something different. And he didn't want the old stuff to kind of be there to cloud the feed up with those things. So that's my opinion on what's going on. We don't know what is happening with that. And if a new album is coming out, I'd be very excited to see what is coming out and I can't wait. There has also been a lot of debate online as to what it means when the members or BTS or any K-pop idol or actor comes out and wears the military uniform while they are doing promotion. So celebrities in Korea are allowed to have some time off, and within that time off, they could have things that they want to do, whether that is promoting stuff that is their own stuff that has come out, or they just want to be on TV and kind of stay relevant and in their audience's mind. They might choose to leave the military and go on TV, they might choose to stay in their uniform. So there's a debate as to why this happens and what it means. So a lot of people who say things like when the members do have time off and they do make public appearances, whether that's a photo or whether that's actually on TV, why are they choosing to wear the military uniform? Why are they not instead just taking it off, wear their normal clothes and then posting that? And is this Korean propaganda? My opinion on this is yes. When a celebrity posts that they're in the military, I do believe that it is promoting Korean propaganda because wearing the military uniform is political on its own. It also romanticizes the conscription and makes people feel like, well, if the celebrities are going, maybe I should go too. And it is a way of promoting because the soldiers and the people who are leaving the military to go on TV or take photos can easily take a second just to remove the clothes. In fact, if they just take off the jacket, underneath would be a white shirt or a wife beater, and they could just wear that. But instead, they're choosing to wear the camouflage thing. However, I will say in BTS's case, I do feel like it's a bit different because they had been pressured for such a long time over this idea of them not enlisting sooner. And so I think when the members post pictures of them in the uniform, it's a way of sort of saying F you to the haters and let them know that, yeah, we are enlisted right now. Also, if Korea is anything like the US in terms of wearing military uniform or wearing more military things, you're not allowed to wear your military uniform when you're doing things like filming a TikTok video or even in a commercial area or any public space. They can only wear it in official business. And that sounds weird because obviously we've seen soldiers walk around and some of those soldiers are either on duty or they're going home. So they're just wearing it. But ideally, I believe they're not allowed to wear their uniform or it's disrespectful. So my personal opinion is that these celebrities are probably asked to wear it, and also they're wearing it to give a message to the audience, into the people watching, that they are enlisted. Of course, with that said, what photos am I talking about that have been posted lately? Well, V has apparently posted some photos of him in the military uniform, as well as pictures of his back. He posted a photo on Instagram where it was just him, I think, with the pants, and then his shirt wasn't the camo thing. But then on Weverse, he posted something very different. Now, just to clarify for people who don't know, Weverse is not supposed to be a platform like Instagram where it's for the public, sort of. And I say public very loosely because the platform is open to the public. But essentially, people who aren't Korean or people who just generally know about BTS don't know about that platform. That platform is mostly just for people who are really into K-pop and who know BTS very, very well. So on Weverse, V posted a photo where it was his back and there were like some bruises, it appeared like. And then on Instagram, he posted that picture where it was just kind of like with his shirt and stuff. People took that really personally, and not in a bad way, but really took it in to say, oh, of course, V would post a more clean clothed picture for the random everyday people, and then for people he's close with, i.e. people on Weverse, he would post something that is actually showing his injured naked back or whatever. Now, this photo got people a little bit concerned because of the bruising on his back. Some people were saying that he needs to be a bit careful and he needs to take it easy. I don't know how you would get a wound like this. It kind of looks like he was being whipped or something. Like, it looked really bad. And I don't know if you're just lifting weights or if you're just doing push-ups or even if you're climbing that you would get injuries like this. But it could just be from like heavy equipment that's on his back and they're kind of maybe pushing up against him or something. So that is always a possibility. Now, I always find those comments where people say to take it easy to be kind of funny because people will say those things just to be a good human being and say like, oh, you shouldn't work so hard or whatever. But that's not the reality of how things work. The military, obviously, you can imagine that if they're working really hard, they can't just sit there and take a break whenever they want. And if they feel like they're in pain, that's not how the military works. But even in situations where artists are working overnight and really, really hard for those albums and trying to learn the dance moves or whatever, people also like to say, oh, don't work really hard, don't push yourself. But if the dance moves turn out bad or it doesn't look as good, people are going to claim that the celebrity was lazy or didn't work as hard. But little did you know, they could be behind the scenes injured and this was as hard as they could work. But people don't give other people a break when things don't turn out well. So the answer to this is yes, you have to push yourself. You have to essentially injure yourself in order to get great results because people don't take their entertainment lightly. But aside from this, there was even this shaming going on that I thought was very interesting because some people from other fandoms were coming in and insulting V by saying that he is promiscuous, ugly, and he's balding and all those things. And I think it's awful to extrapolate just from this picture and call him those things because what this picture shows is that he works really hard and he is really working hard to serve his country. What else can you say about a person? Like, how bad can a person be if they're willing to serve their country and work really hard to do that? This is why a lot of times these hate comments, they really come from nowhere. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks for the comment right here. Love you. Bye.